Imagine starting your day with unshakable confidence, knowing that no challenge, no obstacle, and no fear can overpower you. Psalm 27 is a divine blueprint for courage, a reminder that God's presence is the foundation of your strength. When you start your day declaring, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear?" you're positioning yourself for victory, for peace, and for unbreakable faith. You see, the secret to winning every battle is not in your own strength, but in knowing who walks with you. Today, I want to show you how starting each day with Psalm 27 will transform the way you face life's challenges and elevate your spiritual confidence. This is where your breakthrough begins. Starting your day is one of the most significant moments you'll ever encounter. It sets the tone for everything that follows. How you begin your morning often determines how you will navigate the challenges, opportunities, and even the struggles of the rest of your day. But here's a deeper truth. What if I told you that the real power doesn't lie in your routines or habits, but in where you anchor your trust, your mindset, and your faith? When you wake up and the first thing you do is declare Psalm 27 over your life, you're not just speaking words, you're unlocking spiritual authority that has the potential to change everything. Psalm 27 is more than just a comforting set of verses. It is a declaration of bold faith, a refusal to live in fear, and an alignment with God's promises over your life. The very first line of Psalm 27 is an affirmation that shakes the foundations of fear. "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear?" This is not a passive statement. It is a proclamation that you have decided to trust in God's sovereignty over your day. Before you check your phone, before you let the worries of your to-do list overwhelm you, you begin with this affirmation of trust. You set the spiritual atmosphere for your entire day, and in doing so, you align yourself with God's favor. Now, think about it for a moment. What does it mean to declare that God is your light? Light represents clarity. It dispels darkness and confusion. When you start your day with Psalm 27, you're asking God to give you clarity, to shine His light on the path that lies ahead of you. How many of us wake up to a day filled with uncertainty? Whether it's decisions at work, conflicts in relationships, or personal battles you're fighting, the day can often feel like you're walking into the unknown. But here's the key: when you proclaim that God is your light, you are no longer walking into your day blindfolded by fear or confusion. Instead, you are guided by divine light, a light that reveals, protects, and gives you wisdom. You can see clearly, not because you understand every situation, but because you trust the one who sees it all. When you declare, "The Lord is my salvation," you are not merely hoping for safety or protection. You are claiming the promise that God is your deliverer. Salvation isn't just about being saved from sin. It's about being rescued from whatever holds you back, whatever tries to limit or destroy you. By starting your day with this mindset, you're reminding yourself that no matter what comes your way, no matter how difficult, how frightening, or how overwhelming, it cannot defeat you, because your salvation is secured in God. He is the one who fights for you. He is the one who delivers you. You don't have to strive, you just need to trust. And then, the next part of that powerful verse asks a question that is the foundation of unwavering faith. Whom shall I fear? That's not just a rhetorical question. It is a challenge. It is a bold declaration against anything or anyone that dares to stand in opposition to what God has ordained for your life. Whom shall you fear when the Creator of heaven and earth stands beside you? Whom shall you fear when the one who formed you in your mother's womb has already written your story? There is no obstacle too great, no enemy too strong, and no situation too difficult when you live in the assurance that God is on your side. You see, fear has a way of creeping into our mornings. The moment we wake up, it can come in the form of anxiety, stress, or uncertainty about what the day holds. But Psalm 27 gives us the antidote to that fear. It's not just about denying that fear exists. It's about confronting it with the truth of who God is. When you begin your day proclaiming that the Lord is your light and salvation, fear loses its power over you. You are reminding yourself and declaring to the spiritual realm that fear has no place in your life today. Fear may knock at your door, but it will not enter your heart, because you are standing firm in the assurance that God is with you. The next part of Psalm 27 goes on to say, The Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? This isn't just a poetic phrase, it's a battle cry. It's a reminder that your strength doesn't come from your own abilities, your own resources, or your own efforts. No, the strength of your life comes from God. So when you face the pressures of your day, when you're tempted to believe that you don't have enough strength, wisdom, or courage to get through it, you remind yourself that God is your strength. It is His power working in you that sustains you. Think about the battles you might face today. Maybe it's a difficult conversation, a project that seems overwhelming, or a situation that feels impossible to solve. On your own, it might be too much. But when you declare that the Lord is your strength, you're stepping into that situation with divine backing. You're not just operating out of your own capacity, you're leaning on the infinite strength of God. And that changes everything. It means that no matter how heavy the load you're carrying, you won't be crushed by it. No matter how high the mountain, you'll have the strength to climb it. No matter how fierce the storm, you'll stand firm through it. Why? Because it's not about what you can do, it's about what God can do through you. Psalm 27 doesn't just stop at declaring God as your light, salvation, and strength. It moves deeper into a place of seeking God's presence. One thing I have desired of the Lord, that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. This is the heart of Psalm 27, and it should be the heart of how you start your day. More than just seeking God's protection or provision, it's about seeking His presence. It's about wanting to be where God is, to experience His nearness, to dwell in His house. This is where true peace comes from. Not in the absence of problems, but in the presence of God. When you start your day by seeking God's presence, you're choosing to dwell in His house. And His house is not just a physical building, it's a place of intimacy with Him. It's a space where you can rest, where you can worship, where you can be renewed. In that place, you find the peace that surpasses all understanding. In that place, you are reminded that God is bigger than anything you will face today. His presence becomes your refuge. His presence becomes your strength. And in His presence, fear is silenced. Psalm 27 teaches us that the key to a victorious life isn't in avoiding battles, but in facing them with the assurance that God is with us. Though an army may encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. This is the kind of faith that rises above circumstances. It's a faith that looks at the challenges of the day and says, even if the odds are stacked against me, I will not be shaken, because I know who fights for me. It's a faith that doesn't deny the reality of difficulties, but chooses to focus on the greater reality of God's power and presence. When you wake up and declare Psalm 27 over your life, you're preparing yourself for battle. But not just any battle, a battle that you've already won because of who stands with you. You're stepping into your day with the armor of God's promises wrapped around you. You're not going into your day defenseless, you're going in covered by the Word of God, protected by His light, strengthened by His salvation, and empowered by His presence. This is why starting your day with Psalm 27 is so crucial. It's not just about reading a verse and moving on with your day. It's about positioning yourself spiritually for the victories that God has already ordained for you. It's about aligning your heart and mind with the truth of who God is and who you are in Him. It's about starting your day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you are not walking through life alone. And as you carry the truths of Psalm 27 with you throughout your day, something amazing happens. You begin to see differently. You begin to act differently. Instead of reacting to challenges with fear, you respond with faith. Instead of letting stress and anxiety dictate your actions, you move with a calm assurance that God is in control. Instead of shrinking back in the face of adversity, you stand tall, knowing that no weapon formed against you can prosper. The power of starting your day with Psalm 27 is that it doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you live. It transforms your perspective. It gives you a confidence that isn't rooted in your circumstances, but in the unchanging nature of God. When you declare that the Lord is your light, your salvation, and your strength, you are stepping into your day with a victory mindset. And that mindset has the power to unlock doors. to break chains, to bring about breakthroughs that you never thought possible. This is the beauty of Psalm 27. It's not just a psalm for the morning, it's a psalm for life. It's a declaration that no matter what comes your way, you are anchored in God's promises. It's a reminder that every battle you face has already been fought and won in the spiritual realm. It's an invitation to live a life free from fear, full of faith, and overflowing with God's presence. As you start your day with Psalm 27, let these truths sink deep into your spirit. Let them shape the way you approach your day, your decisions, and your interactions with others. When fear tries to creep in, remind yourself of who your light and salvation are. When the challenges seem overwhelming, remind yourself that the Lord is your strength. And when you feel lost or uncertain, seek His presence above all else. This is how you win the day before it even begins. As you continue to live with the mindset of Psalm 27, your perception of life shifts. Every morning becomes an opportunity to reset your focus, recalibrate your heart, and enter into alignment with God's plans for your day. Imagine waking up with the conscious awareness that God's light is leading you, His salvation is protecting you, and His strength is enabling you. This level of spiritual confidence doesn't just happen by accident, it's intentional, it's rooted in faith, and it's cultivated through a relationship with God. What happens when you start your day with Psalm 27 is that you no longer allow your emotions to dictate your actions. Instead of being driven by anxiety, fear, or the pressures of the day, you become anchored in God's truth. This anchoring brings stability, and stability brings peace. But this is not just a passive peace. It's a peace that empowers you to take action with boldness. You become a person who is not easily shaken because your foundation is built on something that cannot be moved. Think about how many people begin their day without any sense of spiritual direction. They jump into the busyness of life, reacting to whatever comes their way. But when you start your day with Psalm 27, you are doing the opposite. You are taking control of your spiritual environment. You are not waiting for life to dictate how you should feel or react. You are setting the tone by declaring God's promises over yourself. This is the kind of spiritual posture that moves you from being a victim of circumstances to becoming a victor over them. Psalm 27 offers a unique perspective on how to face opposition and challenges. When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Notice the confidence in that verse. The psalmist isn't worried about the attack. He isn't spending his energy fretting over what his enemies might do. Instead, he is already declaring their downfall. Why? Because he knows that with God on his side, nothing formed against him can succeed. This kind of confidence comes from a deep awareness of who God is and what He promises to do for His people. When you carry this same attitude into your day, you are no longer easily intimidated by the challenges or opposition that may arise. Instead of viewing obstacles as threats, you begin to see them as opportunities for God to show Himself strong on your behalf. This isn't about being reckless or arrogant. It's about walking in the assurance that God is in control and that He will fight your battles for you. You don't need to exhaust yourself trying to overcome every obstacle in your own strength. You simply need to trust that God's strength will prevail. One of the most profound aspects of starting your day with Psalm 27 is that it realigns your priorities. So often we get caught up in the hustle of life, chasing after things that ultimately don't satisfy or fulfill us. But Psalm 27 brings us back to the heart of what truly matters, seeking God's presence. One thing I have desired of the Lord, that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in His temple. This isn't just about seeking temporary relief or a quick fix. It's about cultivating a relationship with God that is constant and unshakable. When you make seeking God your priority at the start of your day, you're choosing to dwell in His presence rather than in the worries of the world. Dwelling in His presence doesn't mean that challenges won't come, but it does mean that you are anchored in something greater than the challenge. It means that you are choosing to focus on God's beauty, His goodness, and His faithfulness even when life seems chaotic. This shift in focus transforms your perspective and gives you the peace that surpasses all understanding. In Psalm 27, there is also a clear emphasis on waiting on the Lord. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart. This principle of waiting is counterintuitive to the way most of us live. We live in a fast-paced world where waiting feels like wasted time. But in the spiritual realm, waiting on God is one of the most powerful things you can do. Waiting is not passive, it's active faith. It's trusting that God's timing is perfect and that He is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. When you start your day by declaring Psalm 27, you are also declaring your trust in God's timing. You are acknowledging that His plans are better than yours and that His timing is always perfect. This requires surrender, letting go of the need to control every aspect of your day and trusting that God has already gone ahead of you, preparing the way. Waiting on the Lord doesn't mean sitting idly by. It means moving forward with courage, knowing that God is guiding your steps. It means being patient in the process and trusting that the breakthroughs you're believing for are on the way, even if they haven't manifested yet. The strength that Psalm 27 speaks of is not just physical strength, it's the strength of heart, mind, and spirit. It's the inner fortitude that comes from knowing that you are not alone in your struggles. This strength enables you to face difficulties with resilience, to stand firm when everything around you seems to be shaking, and to remain hopeful even in the face of adversity. When you declare, "The Lord is the strength of my life," you are choosing to draw from a well of divine strength that never runs dry. In a world where so many people are exhausted physically, mentally, and spiritually, Psalm 27 offers a remedy. It reminds you that your strength doesn't come from your own efforts, but from God's inexhaustible power. And this power is made available to you each and every day, simply by starting your morning in His presence, by declaring His word, and by aligning yourself with His promises. The beauty of starting your day with Psalm 27 is that it not only transforms your day, it transforms your day, it transforms you. Over time, as you make this declaration a habit, you begin to notice a shift in how you approach life. Your confidence in God grows. Your faith becomes stronger. Your ability to trust Him in the midst of uncertainty becomes more natural. You start to realize that fear no longer has the same grip on you because you've anchored yourself in something greater. You also begin to see the hand of God moving more clearly in your life. What you once saw as random events or coincidences, you now recognize as divine orchestration. You see how God is working all things together for your good, even the things that seem difficult or painful at the time. Psalm 27 gives you the lens to view your life through the perspective of faith rather than fear, through hope rather than despair. Another powerful aspect of starting your day with Psalm 27 is the way it influences your relationships. When you are anchored in God's peace and confidence, it changes the way you interact with others. You're not as easily frustrated or stressed by the actions of those around you because your peace doesn't depend on external circumstances, it depends on your relationship with God. You can extend grace more easily, forgive more quickly, and love more freely because you are drawing from the well of God's love and strength. Psalm 27 also equips you to handle spiritual warfare with greater authority. When the psalmist says, "Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear," he is acknowledging that battles will come, but fear does not have to accompany them. Starting your day with this declaration arms you with the spiritual confidence to face whatever attacks the enemy may try to launch against you. You're not walking into your day defenseless, you're walking in the full armor of God, equipped with His word as your weapon. The enemy often tries to plant seeds of doubt, fear, and insecurity in your mind at the very start of the day. But when you counter those attacks with the truth of Psalm 27, you are declaring that your trust is not in the lies of the enemy, but in the promises of God. You are proclaiming that fear has no place in your mind, your heart, or your life because the Lord is your light and your salvation. As you make this a daily practice, you begin to walk in a level of spiritual authority that transforms not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. People will begin to notice the difference in how you carry yourself, how you handle challenges, and how you remain at peace even in the midst of chaos, your life becomes a testimony of God's faithfulness and power. Psalm 27 isn't just a scripture to read, it's a declaration to live by. It's a roadmap for how to navigate life with confidence, courage, and unwavering faith in God's protection and guidance. Starting your day with this psalm sets the stage for victory, peace, and divine alignment. As you declare these truths each morning, you are stepping into your day fully prepared to face whatever may come. You are equipped with the light of God's presence, the assurance of His salvation, and the strength of His power. Fear has no hold on you, because your trust is anchored in the one who never fails. As you continue to declare Psalm 27 over your life each morning, something even more profound begins to take root, a deepened sense of identity. You realize that this psalm is not just a collection of promises, it's a mirror reflecting who you are in God. The more you speak these truths, the more they shape your understanding of yourself and your place in God's divine plan. You begin to walk in a greater sense of purpose, not because of anything you've done, but because of the confidence you have in what God is doing in and through you. When Psalm 27 says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation," it's not just a statement of God's character, it's a revelation of your position. You are someone guided by divine light, shielded by divine salvation, and strengthened by divine power. Knowing this truth transforms the way you approach every part of your day. You start making decisions from a place of confidence, not fear. You walk into opportunities with boldness, not hesitation. And when challenges arise, you don't shrink back, you rise up because you know who stands behind you. Psalm 27 also speaks to the promise of God's protection in the midst of life's storms. "For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion, in the secret place of his tabernacle he shall hide me, he shall set me high upon a rock." This imagery is powerful. When you declare these words over your life, you are reminding yourself that no matter what trials or tribulations come your way, God has already made provision for your safety. He has already carved out a place of refuge for you, a place where the storms cannot reach you, a place where the enemy's attacks cannot penetrate. But it's not just about escaping trouble, it's about being elevated above it. When the psalmist says, "He shall set me high upon a rock," it's a picture of spiritual elevation. You are not just surviving your challenges, you are rising above them. You are gaining new perspectives, new insights, and new strength. This is the power of living in alignment with God's Word. The circumstances may not change immediately, but your vantage point does. You begin to see things from God's perspective, and that changes everything. Starting your day with Psalm 27 gives you the ability to move through life with a sense of spiritual clarity. The light of God illuminates the path ahead of you, allowing you to make wise decisions and avoid unnecessary detours. You don't have to guess where you're going, because the Lord is your guide. This divine guidance brings a sense of ease and assurance that frees you from the burden of trying to control everything. You can let go of the anxiety of the unknown because you are trusting in the one who knows all. Another beautiful aspect of declaring Psalm 27 is how it transforms your expectations. Instead of approaching each day with dread or worry about what might go wrong, you begin to expect good things. You begin to expect favor, breakthrough, and blessings because you know that God is working on your behalf. The psalmist says, "I would have lost heart unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living." This is a powerful reminder that God's goodness is not just reserved for some distant future in heaven, it's available to you right now, here on earth. This shift in expectation changes how you pray, how you work, and how you relate to others. You stop living in survival mode, merely trying to get through the day, and you start living with anticipation for the good things God has in store. You begin to see His hand in every detail, every encounter, and every opportunity. Even in the small, mundane moments, you recognize the presence of God's goodness guiding you and providing for you. Moreover, starting your day with Psalm 27 cultivates a heart of gratitude. When you acknowledge that God is your light, salvation, and strength, you can't help but be thankful. Gratitude becomes the natural response to a life lived in the light of God's grace. Instead of focusing on what's lacking or what's wrong, you begin to see all the ways in which God is blessing you, protecting you, and leading you. This shift in perspective not only brings joy, but also draws you closer to God. Your relationship with God deepens because you are no longer approaching Him from a place of need or fear alone, but from a place of trust and thankfulness. You are not just seeking Him for what He can do for you, you are seeking Him for who He is. And in that space of intimacy, you find the fullness of peace and joy that the world cannot offer. As this practice becomes a daily part of your routine, you will notice that Psalm 27 is not just shaping your mornings, it's shaping your entire life. Your spiritual reflexes are being sharpened. You're quicker to turn to God in moments of stress or confusion. You're more aware of His presence throughout the day, and your heart remains centered, even when chaos swirls around you. This is the power of starting your day anchored in God's Word. It prepares you not just for the day ahead, but for the life you are called to live. The discipline of starting your day with Psalm 27 ensures that you are always walking in the light of God's truth. It equips you to face whatever comes your way with unshakable confidence because you know that your foundation is firm. It's not a guarantee that everything will be easy, but it is a promise that you will not walk through it alone. And that promise, that assurance of God's presence, is all you need to live victoriously. So as you wake up tomorrow and begin your day, declare Psalm 27 with boldness. Let these words sink deep into your spirit. Let them shape the way you see yourself, the way you approach your challenges, and the way you interact with the world around you. Know that when you start your day with this powerful declaration, you are stepping into your day fully armed with God's light, salvation, and strength. And in that place, you are truly unstoppable. In closing, as you choose to start each day with the powerful declaration of Psalm 27, may God's light guide your every step, His salvation protect you from all harm, and His strength empower you to face every challenge with unshakable confidence. Remember, when you declare that the Lord is your light, your salvation, and your strength, you are aligning yourself with His divine protection and provision. As you walk in His truth, may His blessings overflow in your life, and may you experience His goodness in every aspect of your journey. I thank you for taking this time to engage in the Word and trust that God's promises will manifest richly in your life. Be blessed, be strengthened, and always walk in the victory that Psalm 27 promises you.